All right, it's good morning. It's Chucky Rosa. It's February 11th. It's 38 degrees. The water's 38. It feels like 30. I've been clean and sober. Hope everybody out there is trying doing the same. I'm just going in. We haven't checked in a while. I've been going in every day, and I'll give a quote when I get out. Thank you. My name is Charles Rosa. I live on Seabrook Beach, New Hampshire. I live on the Seabrook side of the Hampton Bridge. I am the father of 6 children. I said I had 6 children. I only got 4 now because I lost my 2 oldest boys, Dominic and Vincent, due to accidental drug overdoses. Dominic was 21, Vincent was 20. I almost lost a 3rd son, but he's been good for Charles, the one that's a UFC fighter, has been good for about 8 or 9 years now. So there is hope. He was going down that path too. I was almost 0 for 3, but he got it together and found a passion in mixed martial arts. And right now he's one of the top fighters in the world in his weight class. That's we've adopted a section of beach where I go in the ocean every morning, where my son's ashes are. I go in every single day, no matter what the weather is, and adopted the section of beach under the bridge for selfish reasons, so it's clean when I go in every day. I guess it's also, we clean it up when there's a lot of traffic up in the summer, and people leave beer bottles and dirty diapers and dog poop, and we take care of that. Well, they said my son Vincent was unresponsive, and went there, and fast forward a little bit, he was on a stainless steel table with his arms folded, and tried to wake him up after they told me he was dead for, seemed like minutes, but it was probably seconds, and he broke my heart that day. And then his brother was in a treatment center in Long Beach, California, doing really well. Came home against the advice of the people out there. He had probably had 9 months or something clean, and he was running one of the sober living houses, doing really well, but one of his loser acquaintances, I don't call them friends, offered him to do something, and some drugs. And he said, I can have a little bit, but when your body's clean and you use, your body don't know how to handle it. And I lost a 2nd son, buried him. Sometimes they say thanks for saving my life, and we never saved anybody's life. I want to make that clear. We get donations, and we give them out and to people that try to get their shit together in plain English. Chucky's Fight is a small nonprofit up in Seabrook here where we are. We're 501c3, and one of the ways that we're able to scholarship all these people and do these programs of community service and keep the kitchen open and stuff is we get donations. We have some fundraisers where people come in the ocean. I go in every single day, usually twice a day, and they get people to scholarship or sponsor them to come in. And the big one we had recently, it's called Freezing for a Reason, and we raised, I think, close to $7,000 for that one. My boy's ashes are in the ocean under the Hampton Bridge, so that's where I usually go in. I just bless myself. I say a quick prayer to, if I'm tomorrow morning, I'll ask them to give me the strength to talk in front of a bunch of strangers from Phillips Exeter Academy, and try to make a difference with the students there. Try to, get them to understand the dangers of the substances that everybody seems to be using right now. I jump in the water every day because my son's ashes are in the ocean. They like the ocean. Their ashes were put in the ocean on my son Vincent's birthday on July 11th. Probably 10 or 12, maybe 15 years ago. I really don't remember. I have a very good memory. And I had them cremated, so instead of going to a grave site, I got out of the ocean and I would jump in. It was on 7/11, and then it was July, August, September, and I just kept going in. And then I just kept going in all winter, and that was over, like I said, probably close to 15 years ago, and I haven't missed a day in years. I go in every day, no matter if it's, 20 above or wind chill of minus 20 below. There was some cold days this winter.
We know we wanted to start something with the passing of the boys. We wanted to kind of reach out and let people know what, some kind of way to let people know the dangers of what was going on. So we, Chucky, he always jumped in the water every day. I mean, he'd do it, like we didn't live at the beach all the time, but when we lived here, he'd go in the water. We'd come here in the winter, he'd jump in the water every day. So I said, well, you always jump in the water. Why don't we film you?
When they were doing work on the bridge about, I don't know, 7 or 8 years ago, some of the guys would watch me go in and they'd stop working and sharing and shit like that. And then I guess somebody called WMUR and asked them, there's this guy that goes in the ocean. They asked if they could come down and talk to me. So I said, come on down. They said it was Maria Stefanos. I didn't know who she was. And she came down and they did a story on us. Fox News did and WMUR did as well.